Hi everyone, it's Yolandi and Annika from Good Night.
Hello everyone.
Annika is in charge of our products, and when it comes to the products we choose for our website and the products that our consultants sell, it is always, first of all the products are related to sleeping, first of all, and it needs to help, be conducive to sleep. So it needs to help sleep in some way. And then of course, especially when it comes to sleeping bags, we do have quite a high standard when it comes to choosing these, because we have a responsibility with regards to safety. Okay, so the first thing, today we are talking about the Tommee Tippee GroBag, very popular product, Gro, for a reason. The quality is really great, and as you can see, really pretty as well. So first of all, let's talk about the sizing of it. Let's talk about that, because to choose one, because here this one now says 6 to 8 months, 8.1 to 11 kilos. Is that what you need to look at? What do you need to look at? If my kids are 6 months, do I get this one or do I get the smaller one?
Okay. So I think in our Tommee Tippee range and Grow, we've got two sizes. We've got a 6 to 18 months, and so it's quite large. It's not supposed to be, it's a zip-on blanket.
Yeah.
So it's not supposed to keep them swaddled or tight or anything. It's just a safe zip-on blanket that has been top rated. So we've got a 6 to 18 and an 18 to 36. And so you want it to be safe. And the reason why we have sleeping bags is because children they move around a lot in their sleep, and then kick themselves
the
open,
blanket
and
open.
then they wake up because they're cold or hot. So that's why you want a sleeping bag, to enhance quality sleep, and a top rated one to actually enhance electrical quality sleep, so that they don't sweat or don't feel cold. So that firstly is why you want it, and then safety, I think as a first go-to is you need to look at your child's weight and length rather than age. Okay, so for 16, 18-month bag, you'll want your baby to be between about 8 kilos.
Or bigger.
Or bigger, up until about 11.5 kilos, and then you need to make sure that your baby either hits the lowest weight parameter, which would be 8 kilos for this bag, or 65 centimeters.
And there's a lot to do with the neck circumference as well, because you do not want your baby, if it's too small, if you're going to choose this bag and your baby is 6 kilos or 4 kilos, their head will be able to fit into this, which poses a suffocation risk. So that is why it's important to choose according to the weight, very specific. And you do get smaller and bigger babies. I mean, my kids were definitely at 6 months already 8 kilos, but the other day I saw a baby that was 6 kilos at 6 months. So
my daughter was
petite little babies. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just their growth curve. But it is important to look at the weight, especially.
And it's a rough indication. My daughter was in a 6 to 18, for example, up until she was 2.5 years old. So it really lasts a long time.
I'm pretty sure mine could have also felt, maybe they were too smushed, too tall for me.
So Leo was in it for a long time. So it's basically double sure that you look on our website, what is the minimum weight or the minimum height. If your baby is like 5 kilos, but he's already 75 centimeters, go for the 6 to 18. As long as he hits or she hits one of the minimum parameters for that, then you know your child is safe. So we've got these two sizes in this, and then I think the next bag would be like this is a great bag, a Tommee Tippee Steppy bag. So this is also
really nice, and it feels really nice. This is a very thin one. This is a 0.2 tog, right?
Super thin.
So for nice and warm nights, you literally have to just put this on, and very easy.
And I think so. I think the typical client that would want this is a child that's never been in a sleeping bag, and you are scared that they won't like it. And I've honestly never met a child who resists a sleeping bag.
It's like for me, it's also not like a traditional sleeping bag. It's very much because their arms are out, their head is out. So for babies, more often than not, it's just like wearing a baby grow. It's not any different than that. Even with toddlers, they don't really realize it, because it's got so much space, they can still stand up and everything. Especially toddlers can do all sorts of things with these things.
You can jump and you can slide over the cot.
So it is really, but it does help from a sleep perspective to consistently keep the temperature the same throughout the night. That's the one thing, so that you don't have babies waking up because they're too cold or too hot as the temperature changes. And I mean, especially here by us, I mean, at the moment during the day, it's 26 degrees.
Yeah,
And at night, it's like 9.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a 20-degree almost difference.
Yeah.
And these can be used during the day and throughout the night to ensure that your baby has the same. And that brings me to the next point, tog ratings.
Yeah.
I feel that more often than not, you can use a 1 tog sleeping bag throughout the year.
Yeah, I like to put it all season
bag.
bag. So
especially in South Africa, I feel the temperature never goes down that much. You might, if it's colder temperature, maybe just a longer vest and maybe a vest underneath the long sleeve onesie. But if the temperature goes below 16 degrees, if you're like living in Ceres, you might need to get a 2.5 tog.
Yeah, I think so. And I think so. A good indication is look at bedtime. What is your room temperature at bedtime? And you can know that it will drop about 2-3 degrees Celsius towards the morning hours. And so if your room is 17 degrees Celsius at bedtime, please get a 2.5 tog. So I can make a plan. Heat up the room a bit.
But it is fantastic quality, beautiful colors available. So please go check out our website for our Tommee Tippee GroBags. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, no, I think, this also maybe just, let's say this comes in 2 sizes as well, 6 to 18 and then 18 to 36. So I think it's really just preferential, whatever you would, you want for your child. No, I think that's it. And wonderful product, safe product, enhances sleep.
Perfect. Have a good evening. Good night.